Welcome to this debugging lecture in which we'll continue debugging why the job failed. So if you see in this one, it is giving you the specific error 403 forbidden, and it gives you the exit SC location where it's not able to read the source data. So when you get this kind of error, try to see what GlueJob is actually trying to do. In this case, it's trying to read the source data and it's not able to read it. So let's go to the source bucket and see what's going on there. So if you see the source bucket over here, it says the insufficient permission. And the reason behind is that as an assignment, we created this bucket with the bucket policies and the KMS key. And in the bucket policies, we haven't added any IAM entity to allow access to this bucket. So let's go and take a look what's going on. So when you go and click on the properties, it says you don't have any permission. So looks like you cannot even check what is going on with this bucket. So go with the permissions over here, and what we can see over here, there is a bucket policy, and that bucket policy says deny access to everything on this resource. So we are going to update this bucket policy, and what are we going to do? We are going to give access to ourselves and enroll, which is running this glue job, access to this bucket policy. So let's go and update it. I updated the policy over here. I added the condition. So what I'm saying over here, keep denying access to everything except where the AWS principal ARN is your root account, and the root account is nothing but the user ID and password you're using to log into your account. That's a root principal account. So give access to the root account. So we are getting access to ourselves, so we can go and check what's going on with this S3 bucket, and also give access to our glue job role 1, which is going to run this one. So let's go and save changes. So now the changes have been saved, and we go back and check the properties. So now we are able to see everything. So we gave our root account access to this S3 bucket, and that's the reason we're able to see that. Let's go and check the KMS key. Remember, we created this KMS key, and our data in this source bucket is encrypted with this KMS key. And if you switch to policy view, so if you see, there is a default policy for the KMS where it's not denying access but giving the access to all the IAM under this root account. So in this case, what this default policy does, if you are an IAM entity in this account, this KMS default policy gives you access to use the KMS key. So in this case of KMS policy, we don't need to make any update. Any IAM entity in this AWS account can use this KMS key. So let's save this. No need to make any changes over here. So now we'll go back and run the job. So job is running now. Let's see what happens next. The job failed after 40 seconds, but now we are getting a new error. Earlier, the error was about the source bucket where the access was forbidden. Now it is talking something about the customer master key. It says the key does not exist or you are not allowed to access. But when we checked, we saw that we don't need to update the KMS key resource policy as it is giving access. But it also comes with the identity based policy. Your IAM role is allowed to use the key, but it should also have the permission to decrypt and encrypt the key. So let's go and check that out.